Alrighty, well, today's tutorial we're going to be replacing the Spa Pak in this is a Dynasty Spas Trevi Caspian. This is here when I bought the house. It's a pretty nice spa. It threw an error code of HR on me, which, as due diligent internet search shows, has to do with the Spa Pak. So I have removed the front control panel, as you can see laying here to the side. This is the inner workings of it. I'll go through it here in a moment. Here is my topside control panel. As you can see, the power has been disconnected. That is the first safe step in any DIY or any repair. As you can see on the inside, we have the ozonator, which puts oxygen into the, or ozone, I guess it is, O3, not O2, into the water. You have the electronics pack. I am not an official licensed or trained repairman. I'm just an average homeowner who did a whole lot of YouTube video searches and come up with almost nothing. Luckily, I've been able to figure out exactly how to do this on my own. It's just finding this particular control Spa Pak has been interesting. It's quite old, but I've found suitable replacements under different ID numbers or part numbers. Okay, this is the AWAR-3. This is model number INXE 511H40, and this particular ID number is 0602-221015. As you can see, this is the main power coming in, which I'm getting ready to disconnect. These are your fuses. It's simply a door that just opens and closes. Down here you have the actual heating element. Okay, then you have all the various plug-ins. Pump 1, pump 2, the blower motor, ozonator. This right over here is for if you have any type of audio or stereo equipment, as I do right there underneath there. Let's see, and you know, really self-explanatory for the most part. Alright, so my biggest question had always been, once I push in these stop valves, as to how to remove this unit here at the plumbing without having to cut the plumbing and start over. And luckily enough, what I found is that you can either remove the screws, the two screws, and neither one were facing directly towards me, so it made that not an option for me. Or you can simply just take one giant pipe wrench or channel locks and just disconnect it. Okay, all right, so let's get to changing this thing out. I got to order a suitable replacement part, and then we'll come back to this video. Okay, now as I was fixing to start taking this apart, I realized something. Although Spa Pak has color coding for all the different plug-ins, which is nice, the plugs themselves all look completely the same. Literally, once I got these things unplugged and had not marked them, probably would not know what was what until I began plugging everything in and started trying it out. And I don't really like not knowing what goes where, so I decided I was just going to take some good old tape, mark it with the particular insignia for each one, place it on the cords themselves, so that way when I go to plug it back in, I can match them up perfectly. And if anybody does this, you may want to heed that warning as well, unless you just have a much better memory than I. Alrighty, there we have it. I've removed the Spa Pak. Once again, you can see the main power wires just come through my little junction box, which goes over to my GFCI. If it's not focusing on my finger, there we go, just above my finger. Anyway, so nothing really to say on the back. Pretty plain. There's a small basin there that this evidently sat in. Let's see if the next one comes with it. I just had to remove 2 screws that are down here at the bottom. Then I had to remove these pieces. This one came undone, unscrewed easily. This one not so much. I kind of chewed it up a little bit. So I actually was able to get to, they were kind of sitting like this. I was able to get this screw and then blindly get in there and get that screw and pop that off. As you can see, it has a couple of gaskets, simple O-ring gaskets. The new one should come with something. They just kind of pop right back in there. Okay. Oddly enough, no gasket seems to go in there. I guess it just makes a perfect connection there, which is good. Inside, you can see the heating element. Okay, and supposedly there's 2 sensors that go down there to the heating element. This is the grounding block. So the new part came in. That's the part we're looking at right there. Sorry if there's a lot of background noise. It's a little hot out here today. Whew. Okay, so these little black pieces down here, as I said before, they just come apart. If you can use a little pair of channel locks, or if the screws just happen to be facing in your direction, if you're lucky, you can unscrew them, and those 2 pieces come right in half. Now, this is the piece that comes on either end, like right there. You see these white pieces right here? Right there, these are the pieces that come on either end. Well, those simply just come out. Those are meant to be glued in, but I've already got a set that's connected to these little shut-off valves. So there's absolutely no need for me to try to redo all that plumbing if not necessary. So basically, I use the same base. Okay, Harley, you gotta move. Come on, Harley. Okay, here it is. This base comes, sorry, this is getting a little wordy, comes and you just screw it down, and then you basically, like this, comes in, and then you just slide it up onto here. Actually, I am looking. There we go. There's a little riser right here, and there's a piece on the back of this, and I'll show you the old one, and it just slides up underneath there, and it kind of seats up underneath, okay? But the old one was already in there, so I just left it. Okay, I pushed it in there, I put those 2 black coupler ends together, and I screwed it on, mostly by hand, and then used the channel up if I feel like I need to. I've not lifted up the shut-off valves yet because I'm going to wait until I get more water in this. Obviously I can't turn this on without water, or else I'll probably blow the heating coils in it. But I still got to wire this up. Okay. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it before, because about a month ago, it took me this long to kind of get everything ready. But I went ahead and, okay, you can't really see anything now. The tape's moving. Shoot. Okay, well, they're color coded, so I had taken tape and wrote what each one of these went to, and of course tape melted, now I can't read it. There you go, Southern Heat. Okay, I have got this panel open, this front panel as you can see, and I've got the wiring pushed through this little hole, okay, and I'm ready to start hooking everything up. You can see there's fuses, okay, don't worry about all this, there's a bunch of other wiring and crap. If you have to do this, you can take a look for yourself. Wiring is done. You can kind of see in the back it's color coded for ground, line 2, neutral, line 1. Kind of hard to see there, but yeah, it's kind of color coded, so it really kind of dumbs it down for you. And if that doesn't do the trick, well, you know, it comes with a little quick start card. Okay. All right. So let's get this finished hooked up. All right. Well, here's the original. As you can see. That looks just like the other one, except for these 2 things. I took those off to put in there, so I kept it original. Wiring is all finished. Just allowing it to fill up. And we're going to cut on the breakers, and hopefully we don't get a fireworks show. Hey. Alrighty, so a little word to the wise for you DIYers out there who's just doing this yourself. I was kind of going over the quick installation guide, and I quickly realized it pointed me towards the wiring right here for the heater for either 120 or 240. And I realized, gosh, I have no idea what this thing is set up for, so I better take a look. So I pulled this panel right here, and if you can see that wiring diagram right there, mine is set up for 240, which is what mine is. Okay, I have multiple pumps and a blower. And if it was only meant to be set up for 120, then this one right here, if you see me pointing to it, there you go, that one right there will be plugged in right there as the diagram shows. So if you got 120 or 240, you may want to check that just in case it doesn't come factory set to what your particular model is. Okay, good word of the wise. All right, well, the tub is about full, and I'm getting ready to turn on the power. I have to go over there on the right hand side of all of our little shrubbery, in between that and the our firewood stack. There is a GFCI outdoor 50 amp. I'm going to go ahead and place this here while I go flip that on, so if there's any fireworks over here, at least I can catch it on video. Isn't that nice? Is it still on? Yeah, okay. All right, no explosions. And it looks like it is ready to be programmed. I think 7 is what I needed. And it'll take me a moment just to figure all this out. Well, it's all working. Unfortunately, I didn't fill it up quite enough, so I got water spouting everywhere. Luckily, there's enough water above the filters where the boots aren't having any problem, but I got to turn this off. I may or may not put this in the video. This is kind of embarrassing. All right, well, we have the panel back on. The stairs put back in here. As you can see, my pumps are now working. I went through that error code before. No pumps would work, heater wouldn't work. It's all pretty much dead. And you can see I got the time corrected, and I'm getting her up to heat. It's now at 89 degrees. It started about 78. It's only taking about an hour to get this far. It's going to keep running the pumps until it gets up to heat, but as you can see, it is all fixed. It wasn't that bad. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, I don't know, I guess everybody usually says give me a like. If you don't, I hope it helped you out anyway.